The world ended a long time ago. Not all at once, not in fire or noise, but slowly, piece by piece, until normal life was no longer possible. The zombies changed everything, not the slow kind, not the kind you can outrun. These ones jump, fly, climb, tear through steel if given enough time. Stronger than any human, faster, relentless. That's why we live here, inside the enclosure. It rises from the ground like a wall without an end, a massive cylinder stretching across the land, taller than a 2-story building, wide enough to hold an entire city. Many football fields from one side to the other. Inside the enclosure, there is life. Homes, gardens, paths worn into the ground by people walking them every day. Children grow up here, never seeing the world beyond the walls, never needing to. Vegetation grows, carefully managed, protected. Water flows. Lights come on at night. Society continues. Quietly, carefully, because it has to. Outside the enclosure, there is nothing safe. The zombies roam endlessly, testing, learning, remembering. They know this place exists. They've tried to breach it before. Sometimes, they succeeded. Those days are not spoken about lightly. Entire sections lost. Families gone. The enclosure repaired, stronger than before, but never perfect. That's why guards exist. That's why I exist. I take my position at one of the lookout points, high above the ground, integrated directly into the enclosure wall. From here, I can see far. Farther than most people ever will. The lookout platform is narrow, reinforced, open to the air. Wind moves constantly here, carrying distant sounds, sometimes real, sometimes imagined. My job is simple in description, but difficult in reality. Watch. Identify threats, eliminate them before they reach the wall. The hardest part is knowing the difference between movement that matters and movement that doesn't. The world outside is never still. Debris shifts, creatures move, shadows stretch and collapse with the light. Today, it's breeding season. That changes everything. The zombies move faster now, more aggressive, less predictable. They gather, they test the enclosure more often, they jump higher, fly longer, hit harder. Every guard knows this. Every shift feels heavier because of it. I rest my hands on the railing, eyes scanning the landscape beyond the wall. The ground outside is scarred, broken, marked by old impacts and past battles. Sometimes I see them from a distance, silhouettes against the horizon, moving in ways that still feel wrong, even after all this time. Some crawl, some sprint, some leap into the air for no reason at all, as if practicing. Those are the ones that worry me most. I stay still, I stay patient. Inside the enclosure below me, life continues. People walk, work gets done, meals are prepared, no one looks up. They trust us not to fail. That trust is heavy. A sudden movement catches my eye. I narrow my focus. Just beyond the outer perimeter, something large shifts position, not attacking, not retreating, watching. I adjust my stance, slowly, careful not to make unnecessary noise. My equipment hums softly. Systems active. Ready. The zombie doesn't rush. It never does. It waits. They've learned that patience brings opportunity, that the enclosure is strong, but not invulnerable. I track its movement, measure distance, angle, trajectory. This is the part of the job that never becomes routine. The waiting, the deciding. I breathe slowly, controlled, even. After a long moment, the figure moves away, slipping back into the ruined landscape, joining others just beyond visibility. I don't relax. not yet. Breeding season means there is always another, always something testing the line. Time stretches, the sun shifts, shadows crawl along the enclosure wall. Hours pass like this, watching, waiting, preventing futures that no one inside will ever know existed. By the time my shift nears its end, my eyes ache, my body feels heavy, but the wall still stands. The enclosure remains sealed. That is success. I take one last look across the outside world at what remains, and then I turn inward, toward the life we've managed to protect. Tomorrow, another guard will stand here, another shift, another watch, and until the enclosure fails or the world finally quiets, this is where I'll be, on watch, keeping the living safe from what waits beyond the wall. For now, the enclosure holds, and that is enough.